Our trip to the show this year is powered by Squarespace. Remember guys, head over to squarespace.com and build your beautiful website today. So we're here in the Cooler Master Suite where they've got a couple things on display. Number one is a $130 air cooler. What's the justification for that? I'm glad you asked, because there are a couple of things that they're pretty proud of here. Number one is the performance. Obviously, they're saying that it's competitive with even pretty good all-in-one liquid coolers, which actually makes a ton of sense to me since it wouldn't be the only high-end air cooler that is competitive with high-end AIOs. What's also interesting about it is they've actually redesigned the bottom plate to, instead of just have a vapor chamber with some heat pipes kind of duct taped to it, now it's actually got 4 heat pipes directly integrated into the vapor chamber, something that they're calling a 3D vapor chamber. Now, there's more though, and it's that maker word that Cooler Master has been on about and on about over the last, I don't know, I guess ever since they launched the MasterCase, and that is the modularity of the design. So in addition to coming with 2 of their pressure optimized fans, you've got swappable shrouds. You can be like, oh, it comes with 140s. I actually want to use 120s. I want a little bit more clearance for RAM or motherboard components or whatever else. It's also got a swappable top plate, so you can dramatically change the look of the heatsink if you're into that sort of thing. But Linus, will they support it with accessories? And if you'd asked me this back when they launched the MasterCase 5 originally, I'd have said, I don't know. I mean, we've had a lot of case makers promise us accessories and upgrades, and it's never really happened, but it looks like they're actually serious about this. I mean, look at all this stuff behind me for the original MasterCase 5 and MasterCase Pro 5, as well as the new MasterCase Maker 5 that they're launching here at the show. So they've got the original normal and windowed side panels, but boom, now we've got a noise dampening side panel, and my personal favorite, a tempered glass side panel with a lock on the top. I am really liking that one. There's also a new top panel cover, so instead of being stuck with just mesh, now they've got one that gives you the choice between mesh and just a straight cover with a magnetic, whoop, look at that, clipping mechanism. Whoops. This right here is the front panel from the new MasterCase Maker 5, and this one has this cool little sort of magnetic system where you can pop off that front flat panel and you can decide, okay, I want more airflow. But none of this is actually what I just said was happening, which was accessories for those original cases. Here is where you've got my attention. They are actually designing things to mount to that kind of like that rail clip-on system thing that they've got over on the right-hand side of the motherboard tray. So this guy right here is an airflow duct that allows you to control the length of the duct, so depending on the positioning of your PCI Express power ports or whatever else the case may be, as well as the position within the case, so whether you're trying to aim at one top card, 2 cards that are kind of spread out in SLI, or even at the CPU itself if you have no need for optical drives, this will take care of you. And this one right here, I've actually been a victim of video card sag myself. And while most of the solutions that I've ever seen to address this have been extraordinarily kludgy, this simple wire with a couple of little, single thumb screw, feet here actually looks surprisingly good when installed in a case that's, done up and cable managed, as opposed to some of the stuff I've seen before that's just like, yeah, here's like basically like a tripod leg that you can kind of put on the bottom of your case and kind of hope that it stays in place. But I still wouldn't blame you for not being that impressed at this point. I mean, what is this, a couple of accessories for a case that's been available for how long, Linus? No, this is where they are starting to get my attention and where that whole maker spirit thing starts to really actually make some sense. Cooler Master's working on developing a marketplace where they can enable modders to create their own accessories and sell them through Cooler Master's ecosystem to allow people who own these cases to continue to get a lot of mileage out of them moving into the future. So this guy right here's got a custom top panel, a custom power supply cover, a custom front panel. They're also showing off some custom cables. All of this is from Primo Chill. This one right here, oh man, Bill Owen does such, MNPC Tech, for those of you who aren't familiar with his name, does such amazing like aluminum fan grills. So we've got this right here. We've got, look at this custom power supply cover. So it's got a 4-pin Molex connector in the back for a like sick lighting effect. And there's all kinds of amazing stuff that I would expect to be available through this store that would allow you to really get more out of this case if they can pull it off than you would be able to if there wasn't a manufacturer enabling this kind of a market, if you just have to go through the forums and kind of hope for the best. They'll have to find ways to manage the quality and the accountability of the whole process, but if they can, then they might have actually finally found the thing that makes the MasterCase more than just another case. So don't miss any of our CES 2016 coverage, by the way, by being subscribed to Linus Tech Tips, and make sure that you check out our sponsor here at the show, Squarespace. If you want to build a website, or even if you don't want to build a website, but you really have to, then head over to squarespace.com/Linus and start building your beautiful website from one of their awesome templates today.